Hey, Coach Cruz fam, what is going on? It's good to be here tonight. Um, we got a little Zoe here next to me, as you see, and I'll tell you what, I was coming in hot tonight because I wasn't even sure would be able to do a show. So I got to be honest, I'm not as prepared as I normally would be for a weekly show. Not that I'm always that prepared anyway, but had a basketball game today, girls basketball. I'm coaching, and haven't told you much about it, but I am coaching a team that's playing varsity, but the majority of the team are freshmen, and they're playing a varsity schedule. So we've taken our lumps this year. We haven't played a lot of games, but we won our first game today, 32-28. So that was the first win out of 8 tries. And so the girls were pretty happy about that. But it was an early game, so I said, you know what, I might be able to make the show. And if I couldn't have made it on time, I was going to try to just bump it a half hour or so. But I made it, and happy about that. And yeah, happy about the victory today and all that good stuff. So yeah, we're doing good. I hope everybody else is doing good. I want to do a couple quick shout outs before we get going here because one, we probably won't see Admin Tim tonight. Why? Because he is on a cruise with his lovely wife, Cheryl. They are on the Carnival Vista, and it's been a minute since they have been cruising. So, super excited for them. Those of you that follow the Coach Cruz Facebook page, you might have seen, him post a picture of Cheryl getting a Coach Cruz at the Alchemy Bar. And the Coach Cruz drink is 2 ounces Patron, 1 ounce triple sec. And Admin Tim, I don't know whether the bartender told them this or, that they just figured out that it was a better taste quantity or whatever. But Admin Tim had said 3/4 ounce spicy mango syrup and then 3/4 ounce lime juice. Again, I don't know if the bartender suggested that would be a better taste or whether that's just what they thought it was supposed to be. But originally, I had thought it was 1 ounce lime juice, 1 ounce spicy mango, the 1 ounce triple sec, 2 ounce Patron. So you can mess around with it if you want to try that drink on a ship. And you can tell them to try both ways and see which wins better. And yeah, so we got Admin Tim and Cheryl cruising on the Vista. And then I got some good news from somebody that is here today, and that is JB. JB had watched a bar crawl recently, and he said, man, he's like, I got to get on one of these bar crawls with you. And I, had shared my schedule, as I always do with everybody. And he messaged me a few days ago and says, hey, well, we booked it. We got New Year's Eve with you. So Carnival Magic, JB and fam are going to be joining myself along with Bridget, and yeah, we're gonna do it up on the Magic New Year's Eve next year, going into 2027. So if anybody else is looking at a New Year's Eve cruise, consider that one. If you want to hang out, do the little bar crawl, and I'm not a travel agent or anything, so I can't book it for you, but I do know travel agents. So I can definitely point you in that direction if you don't have your own PVP or your own travel agent or whatever. Eventually, I'm going to be one. But it's going to be down the road here. And let me say hi to everybody. First, we got Klesko. He's back on the podium as the gold medal winner, saying happy Tuesday, all. Hope you're having a great week. And then the aforementioned JB gets the silver, saying happy Tuesday as well. And then our guy Justin is back on the podium with another medal, this time a bronze. All right. And then JB received his bag, and if there's anybody new here today, the winning prizes has become easier again because I got these bags, and since they cost more money and stuff like that, I had raised the drawing to 150 before we did a drawing, and so now it's back to 100. And you can choose a shirt, you can choose a bag, but I thought about it, and I was like, well, you know what? Some of the same people are doing these super chats, and once they get a bag, they don't, how many bags do you need? And a couple of you had gotten a couple bags already. And I thought, well, you know what, let's just do the 100, and who cares? I'll pay the extra, whatever. And again, you all support me, so I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm glad you like the bag, JB, and I'm super glad that you're going to be coming on that New Year's Eve cruise. So thank you for that. All right, we got Seg here, says, hey, coach and everybody. We got Hot T, another member, and Hot T was just on the cruise with me on the, was it the Miracle? No, it was the Venezia. So that was fun, seeing some cruise fam. We got Gerard here saying, what's up, coach? We got Baby Cuts Music, a.k.a. Bridget. Yeah, some of you didn't know, but that's a picture of Bridget with her band. She's a lead singer in a band called Baby Cuts. So you can find them on YouTube and other social platforms if you want to check out Bridget singing. They've got some music videos out and stuff like that too. So it's kind of cool. You can check them out. All right, we got Mike Clark with his normal name saying hi, hey to everybody. Look at this. We got Frankie Floyd, the Emerald Coast Cruiser, $20 super chat. And Zoe, come here. You know what that means? That means you get a treat. And Zoe's very happy about this because I ran out of these. For a couple days. She got none of these. And now I just got it from Amazon today. So high five for Frankie for giving you your first treat. Yeah, I know you want it. She says, thank you very much for that. And look, we do have Admin Tim. We got JB. We got Admin Tim. We got we're putting the band back together, everybody. We're putting the band back together. Let's see. Frankie Floyd, you tell me. I will wait. Do you want me to do the Clark and Sheffield? Would you like me to do the Buffalo Trace? Would you like me to do the Evan Williams single barrel? I could also do the Old Forester. Or I could do the Four Roses small batch. Let me know in the comments. And JB, same as well. And Tim, you same as well, because even though you're on the cruise, so you get a and you're an admin, so you get the admin discount. So Tim and Cheryl, I hope you're having an amazing cruise. JB says my wife and I are looking forward to New Year's Eve 2027, and I couldn't agree with that more. Let me write down. We got Frankie Floyd. Let me get these names down here to make sure I do not forget to write them in. But the Emerald Coast Cruiser 1 through 20. Thank you so much, Frankie. And then JB right behind that did a super chat, $15 super chat. So 21 through 35. And then Admin Tim himself did a $10 super chat. So he is 36 through 45. But that means I'm going to do 3 shots because Admin Tim's on a cruise. I think I should just make that a rule. You know what? I might do that. And then Tim's giving me good ideas, and he doesn't even know he's giving me good ideas. If you check in on a cruise and do a $10 super chat, we're going to give that a $5 bump. Because if you take the time on your cruise to check in on the show and do a $10, then we're going to count it as a $15 super chat, and we're going to do that shot. All right. So again, Tim, thanks for checking in there, and we are going to do those shots. Just let me know, you guys. Okay, JB says Buffalo Trace, Emerald Coast Cruiser. We're going to see what you said in just a second. But TNT's Adventures is getting on the Miracle in 33 days. That's very cool. And you know what? I really, really enjoyed the Miracle. I think you will too. And Frankie Floyd started us off. He wants me to do the Four Roses small batch. So that's what we're going to do. And quack, quack for you, sir. And thank you once again. Here we go. We got the Four Roses. That's a victory shot today, too. Speaking of victories, I got another victory. Now, I'm a little hesitant to share this victory because I kind of wanted it to go the other way. So the Raiders got a victory. Their victory is a young man, and that young man is Fernando Mendoza. because they sucked so badly, they are number one. Not number one in good, you won, but number one so bad that they got the first pick in the NFL draft. And for those of you that saw the national championship and some of the college football playoff games prior to that, you saw just what an exceptional, talented young man this Fernando Mendoza is, inspiring not just in his play, but in his voice and leadership. And if the Raiders don't draft this guy, I'm telling you, I might, that might be it. I might have to jump ship and just forget about the Raiders. I mean, there's no more obvious pick to me, especially when they don't have a quarterback. So congratulations to Indiana for winning the national championship. I did feel bad about that because I have Cruise fam, real Cruise fam that have season tickets to the Hurricanes and everything else like that. So I had told them that I hope the Hurricanes won like 38-35, and that Fernando Mendoza threw for 5 touchdowns in a close loss. Obviously, it was a close loss. It was a close victory. Miami had their chance. Their quarterback obviously threw that interception at the end of the game, for those of you that watched, and that's what lost it for him. So there we go. All right, so JB, he wants Buffalo Trace. And Zoe, you ready for another treat? Huh? Zoe, another treat. High five for JB. High five. What do you say? Okay. She said thank you. I don't think she has to bark that loud. All right. So we got the Buffalo Trace for JB. Get this one out here. All right. Get the lid back on. And quack, quack for you, sir. Thank you. Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. And in Mentem, he might have already signed off. He said he was just checking in, and good. I'm glad he did, because that's what, yeah. I mean, go enjoy your cruise. So at Mentem, let's see, what will we do? We will do, you know what? We'll do the Old Forester. The Old Forester for Edmonton. Da-da-da. All right. So Tim and Cheryl, when you watch this on replay, thank you again so much. And I sincerely hope you're having the best cruise ever. Cheers to you. That's another good one. All right. Okay, so Tricia Set Sail is here. She is another Coach Cruise member. That's why they're highlighted in green there, saying, hey, what's going on, Tricia? Tricia Set Sail says New Year's Eve 2027, like December 26th into January 22. That is correct. Yes, Tricia. So Carnival Magic, starts in December, like 27th, 28th, something like that. I don't know. But it's the Magic Cruise that's starting in 2026, ending in 2027 when you get off. So that is it. And Tricia Set Sail says, I want to try to talk hubby into New Year's Eve cruise, but he's not going for it yet. I'm giving him 2 years. Okay. Together We Travel saying, what's up to everybody? TNT's Adventures. I'm just hoping the Raiders don't get Minter. Yeah, well, they better not. They better not get him, because if they do, then that means they passed on Fernando Mendoza, and I'm out. JB is 88 days to the Mardi Gras. JB, I got you beat on that one. I think I'm like 63 days or 4 days, something. I don't know. It's in the 60s. I know that. Look at that. We got Andy Simo from the UK, who's on the Cunard Elizabeth. A week today, Coach. I will be flying your flag with my T-shirt and sporting news. Terrible cricket results today. I'm sorry. And you know what? Cricket is, I think, the most popular sport in the world. In America, I know it's hard for us to fathom that, but I heard that somewhere. It's hard for me to believe, too. I don't know if it's true. You know, I'd heard soccer, and soccer made sense, but I think cricket is one of the biggest sports in the world, if not the biggest sport. I guess they played everywhere else but America. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't fully understand it. But yeah, it's a very popular sport and people love it. Visitor 17, Coach Cruz, hope all's well. Tyler from the Venezia, New Year's Eve. Oh, what's going on, Tyler? Go Raiders. We're getting Fernando. Hell yeah. Yeah. So Tyler, he was on the bar crawl on the Carnival Venezia. And it was crazy, okay, because we had like three diehard Raider fans in the bar crawl. And I mean, this wasn't like set up or anything. It was just fortunate, unlucky that we're, diehard Raider fans. So yeah, we were all talking Raiders and everything, and we had talked about this. So yeah, we're gonna get Fernando Mendoza. So anybody that's a Raiders fan is happy because I mean I've been seeing so many little videos of Fernando Mendoza's touchdown run that he did, and yeah, there's one really cool one that I shared with a couple people. It was cool. I mean, and honest to God, if you hear this guy talk, you can't help but like the kid. Like I feel like you have to just draft him because how could you not? Like I mean, the person. There's so many young men that go into professional sports and then they act a fool and they're just dumb and crazy. I mean, this guy is as true a teammate as you could want. He's saying stuff like "I'll die for my teammates," and stuff like that. I know that's extreme, but I know I'm not talking cruising now, but I'm pumped about Fernando Mendoza. I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Trisha Set Sail has got the Mardi Gras in 46 days. All right. Hey, you're getting close there. You're almost to that 30 couple weeks and you'll be at that 30 day mark. And that's sweet. Mike Clark says, "Hey coach, I was able to see the celestial strings on the Mardi Gras and you are right. It was a great show." Mike, I'm glad you mentioned that because I told my girlfriend Bridget, I said, "Look, we're going on this Mardi Gras, and you're going to see at least 3 shows. You're going to see Love in Vegas, you're going to see Voodoo Moon, and you're going to see Celestial Strings. Those 3 are no exceptions. Like we're making a point." And Mike, on any XL class ship, I'm going to give this bit of advice to anybody that goes on the Carnival Celebration, the Carnival Mardi Gras, the Carnival Jubilee. They have their premiere shows. In my opinion, of all the shows that they have on the 3 ships, the Celebration has the big circus or something. It's a really good show. The Mardi Gras, I feel like, has the 2 best shows. Like I would rather see Love in Vegas first. Voodoo Moon would be my second choice. And then I think the Carnival Celebration has the, what is it? The circus one. Yeah, the circus one. And what the heck is the Jubilee? I'm having a brain cramp. What is the Jubilee? What is their show? I mean, I've seen it. I had to have seen it. But then again, I only did one cruise. No, I had to have seen it. Maybe I didn't. But what is their show? Like that My Future Husband thing or whatever? I didn't care for that show. And that's just a playlist production. But I don't remember what their, in theater show is on the Jubilee. So somebody remind me on that. I know a lot of you are from Texas and do the Jubilee. We got Frankie, who is 95 days until our first time on the Venezia. Okay, Frankie, and I'll tell you, the Venezia is an acquired taste. There's pros and cons to it. It kind of depends on, I guess, the mood that you like to be in, the level of party that you like to have. But that being said, the Venezia, maybe it's because it was a New Year's Eve cruise. People came to party on that cruise. I mean, we went up for the White Night. We went up for the Rock and Glow. People were partying on the Rock and Glow. And the New Year's Eve party was crazy. Like, you couldn't move. It was so jam-packed on that Lido deck. And that's one of the problems I have with the Venezia, honestly, is there's no space. So I talked about this last week, but the Java Blue Cafe, it takes up so much deck space. And then that bar Rococo whatever it's called, Rococos or something. It takes so much deck space. It juts into what would be like the dance floor or whatever that people could stand on most Carnival ships, you got the blue iguana and the red frog, and they're just like tucked into a corner, which gives more deck space and stuff to have deck parties and have fun and do all that other stuff. You don't have as much space on the Venezia. That being said, though, Mike Diaria, and I have to release his cruise director interview, which I will probably by the end of this week. I'm working on day 7, I think, right now. And then I think I did Mike's cruise director interview. It might have been the last day that I did this interview. But yeah, I tell you what, Mike Diaria, if you haven't already cruised with him, he is definitely up and coming, and he's going to be a name you're going to continue to hear because he's a lot of fun. He really is. And he's a really good guy and stuff. So yeah, I think he's an American Jersey-based guy. But yeah, he gets the crowd going, and he's kind of like that next door neighbor, kind of fun guy, whatever vibe. But yeah, I think you'll like him. So Frankie, I don't know if he'll be on 95 days from now. He might be. We'll have to see. But yeah, check and see who your cruise director is. Tony Bruno, 102 days until our Mardi Gras cruise. Can't wait. Wish you were on it so we can experience a bar crawl. And you know what? Honest to God, I wish Carnival would connect with me on these bar crawls, because the way we do it, we make sure that it goes good and that it's smooth, and we do it in a way to where the bartenders aren't overburdened. Let them know in advance. We have a suggested drink for each bar so they can kind of just prep a whole bunch of drinks. And then when we get there, it's just like boom, 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 boom. But, Carnival has this policy, and they're stubborn sometimes. It's like, I know why they have the policy. They don't want, their ships to turn into some big drunken fest and things like that. And it's not. I mean, I'm not going to say that by the end of the cruise, we don't have people drunk on the bar crawls, because, depending upon your tolerance level, after you have 6-7 drinks, in a span of 3 hours, you might be drunk. But we make sure that, we take care of everybody. And, when the bartenders, and they provide a senior bartender, if they provide a senior bartender, or the bartenders in general are like, hey, can we get some waters and stuff like that? Make sure we keep everybody hydrated enough that we're not, losing people. But it's a lot of fun. And by the end of that bar crawl, everybody is just having so much fun and making great friendships and everything else like that. And truth was the case this time. I mean, I think there was 2 or 3, couples that connected and just became like besties for the rest of the cruise because of the bar crawl and hanging out together. And, yeah. So yeah, that's cool. It's a great time. And let's see, we got the Mardi Gras, March 21st, I think it is this year. Then the Horizon, those of you that are looking at summer cruises, I'll be on the Horizon June 14th through the 28th. So 2 cruises, a 6-day starting on the 14th and an 8-day starting on the 20th. Okay. And then in July, for those of you that like MSC, I'm going to be on the MSC Piosia with Bridget, and that will be July 12th through the 20th. And then I told you about this last week. So we get back the morning in Seattle on the 20th, right? Well, San Francisco, not Seattle, has the Carnival Luminosa doing a 10-day on July 20th. We are going to attempt to zip to the airport, catch like a 10 a.m. flight, get to San Francisco, get our bags and stuff, and then head straight to the port and catch the ship before it leaves in San Francisco for 10 more days of Alaska. So 17 days of Alaska. And then I forgot a cruise. So at the beginning of July, for you West Coast people out there, I'm doing the Carnival Panorama. That is the last Vista class ship I have not been on yet. So I'm going to knock that out. Not only am I going to do the panorama, but I'm going to be in the Havana area. It's an interior Havana, but I don't care. I'm going to still be in the Havana area. I'm not going to be in my room anyway if I'm in the Havana area. I'm going to be in the Havana outdoor area almost all the time because it's so much fun, right? That one is going to be July 3rd or 4th through the 12th. And then I get off that ship the 12th and I fly from Long Beach to Seattle to meet up with Bridget to go on the MSC Peosia to do a 7-day Alaska before we both get off and try to fly to San Francisco to do another 10-day Alaska. So a lot of cruising this year coming up. And for any of you that can make any of those cruises, it's always so great to connect with you all personally, face to face. And I mean, Hot Tea was on this last one. JB is going to be here. I mean, we met Tyler, that's a Raider fan. That's Bizzer17. I got to remember that that's Tyler's name. Andy, was on with him on the Horizon. I've cruised with a lot of you. I've cruised with a lot of you. Some of you I cruised with, and then you started following the channel after I cruised with you. Cruising Chris Moss. We got to get on a cruise with Cruising Chris Moss as well. Look at Cruising Chris Moss. He's a Hoosiers. And Chris Moss, you got to become a Raider fan now. I mean, if you're going to Hoosiers, then that means you got to, Raiders it up because, your boy, Fernando Mendoza, he's coming to us. If he doesn't come to us, I swear to God, I'm going to disown the Raiders. The Raiders have made, any Raiders fan already knows, they have made us suffer for 22 years. 2002 was the last time we won a playoff game. 2002. Okay. There's been kids that have been born and gone through college and reached drinking age and everything else like that since the last time the Raiders won a playoff game. Okay. This is the suffering that they have put us through. Okay. Fernando Mendoza is the savior. He is the savior. If the Raiders screw this up, I'm done. I'm serious. I'm burning all my Raiders stuff. I swear to God, if they do not draft Fernando Mendoza, I'm burning it. And yeah, then I will switch teams. I will figure out somebody else to root for, but I will be done with the damn Raiders. That is for sure. Okay. Cruising Chris Moss is only 10 days away until he boards the Celebrity Constellation. Very cool. I'm jealous. Trisha said sail. I've got Mardi Gras, March 2026, Celebration, February 2027, Festival, May 2027. I want to get Jubilee before Tropical is ready for cruising. Wow, Trisha is slicing and dicing there in the cold cruise scene. Okay, Andy didn't like the sail away party at the aft end pool. Lido is a real difficult space. For the Venezia, yeah. I think that's what you're referring to, but yeah, I can't disagree. I mean, you're correct on that, Andy. Cruising Chris Moss is a member for 8 months. He's been a he's been a Coach Cruise member for 8 months. Join now, be one of the cool kids. I couldn't agree more. Cruising Chris Moss. It's only $5 a month, and you get some extra stuff. Andy Simo said, best time on the bar crawl. If you haven't done a bar crawl, we got to get you out there. We got to get you in your Coach Cruise shirt and living your best life. Trisha, you know what? I have been real tipsy, and Cruising Chris Moss is going to try to get me there. I see coming up here. But I am 6'5", and I weigh right now. I don't want to weigh this much. I want to get down to about 260. But right now, I'm tipping the scales at about 285. I want to try to lose 25 pounds before the March cruise. But yeah, I mean, most people look at me and they're like, there's no way you're 285. I weigh 285 pounds. I do. So I can hold a lot more liquor than the average person. And then not to mention, when I do these Tuesday shows, I get practice drinking multiple shots and it sets me up. So that's where we're at there. Frankie Floyd has got 8 months. Together we travel. We experienced our first ever side-to-side a couple weeks ago. We were on the Celebrity XL, then the Norwegian Aqua. The XL was my birthday and New Year's Day. Oh, very cool. Very cool. So would our cruise qualify as a side-by-side? I mean, obviously it's not so a side-by-side, for those of you who don't know, is usually when you get off on one cruise ship and go to the next cruise ship. But I assumed that if it was a side-by-side, it was you were getting off one ship in the same port and then getting on another ship. Does us arriving in Seattle on the 20th and then having to be in San Francisco also on the 20th, does that qualify as a side-by-side, or does that qualify as you're damn crazy? I don't know to try to pull that off. Cruising Chris Moss just got off work. 10 days until I cruise. Treat for Coach and Zoe Clark in Sheffield. Oh, I love that. See, he's experienced. He's calling out his shots. I like it. I like it. Cruising Chris Moss. Let's get you up here. So we got 46 through 50, 60. 46 through 60. So we're only 40 away. We're only 40 away. Zoe, how about you want another treat? I think you do. She jumped right up here. And I got these hot dog bites. As she played her cards right, she would get hot dog bites and she would get treats. But she jumps down on the floor for some silly reason. So high five for Cruising Chris Moss. What do you say to him? Say it louder. Say thank you really loud. There you go. Good girl. By the way, Cruising Chris Moss, oh, your sticker's falling off. That little gift bag that I shared on Facebook, there's Cruising Chris Moss's sticker right there. We got Cruise Life TV, Texas Cruiser, Ohio Travels with Chris, Eric the North Shore Traveler. And I mean, obviously we have other content cruise creators, and I put their stickers on my like Yeti cup and stuff. I would have them back there too, but I ran out of stickers. So next time I get any cruise content creator friends, we will get you back there on the wall somewhere. But yeah, and my head is in the way. So my big head is blocking all of these stickers anyway. So I don't know. Maybe I need to put you over here somewhere. We can actually see your sticker. And speaking of Cruise Life TV, look, there they are. There they are. Right there. There's Cruise Life TV. And Cruise Life TV also, can you, oh, you can't see it. I'd actually have to take them off the screen to show you. But they gave me this little John Hill poker chip that the Coach Cruise sign is blocking. But trust me, there's a John Hill poker chip here from Cruise Life TV. And then also the Cruise Life TV giant mug up here. So we got Cruise Life TV well represented here. Go check them out. Cruise Life TV, saying hi to everybody. All right. Trisha set sail. I'm booked out for 2026 unless I win the lotto and can quit the 9 to 5. I feel you. I feel you. Andy says, I see the Raiders play the Bears. And oh, really? Oh, yeah. No, I saw that. And I think the Raiders won that game. I think they did. JB says Tom Brady Raiders ownership was at the championship game. Yep, absolutely. And you know what? I think they just needed to be confirmed, like, this is our guy. Eddie says, what's up, Coach? Wife and I booked Allure of the Seas, not going back to Carnival, but always miss the cruise directors and fun in Carnival. Yeah, you know what? The crew really does it. Cruise Life TV, we just booked our specialty dining on the NCL Viva last night. Oh, okay. What a nightmare. Okay. Yeah, well, you'll have to explain that. We got to get you on the show again, Greg and Michelle, so you can explain that. Eddie says that our Seattle San Francisco is side-by-side with a drive. Actually, it's going to be a side-by-side with a fly because we're going to the airport and getting on a plane. Tricia says, I'm 5 foot and about 168 down. Oh, my God, Tricia, congratulations. 168 down from 320. Oh, my goodness. That is hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what's up right there. That is life-changing right there. Exceptional. Seattle, San Francisco for sure. Let's see. We got off the XL in Fort Lauderdale, took a Uber down to Miami to board the Aqua. Okay. So, yeah. All right. So you did, yeah, that's comparable. Definitely. Cruise Life TV says we put your stickers all over Seattle. I love it. And I did. And I saw Greg and Michelle, they actually sent me video of them doing that. So that was cool. Andy is doing a side by side out of Port Canaveral in March, Royal to Carnival. And then Cruise Life TV, you need to post some more. You need to post some more. I was checking out your content from 5 years ago. At Seg 183. Okay. They're talking to Seg 183. All right. Yeah. Well, let me just take a quick sip here, everybody. All right. Now, there's something I wanted to share because I mentioned the show would talk a little bit about loyalty. I've had at least a dozen people, I'm not kidding about this, that I think most are platinum cruisers with Carnival. And obviously, I did that series of videos sharing what I thought, was messed up by Carnival. And on this most recent cruise, the Carnival Venezia, I believe it was Celso Green, I think is the name. He's in the show often and putting in the comments and, said, hey, we're going to see on the Venezia. Well, we were, I don't know, 5-6 days in, and he hadn't come up, or maybe it was just briefly before that, but they were at dinner and they saw me walking in and they say, oh, coach, hey, come on over. Whole giant table. I mean, they must have had 14 people at their table, whole family. And they explained to me, they're like, everybody here is Diamond. And what Carnival is doing, we're almost nobody here is going to be able to make Diamond within the time frame, even with those extra 3 months that they gave. And you could just tell that this is a big giant family, right? That loves to cruise together and have fun on cruising and everything else like that. And you could hear the sincerity. It's the shots that are getting to me in their voices when they were talking about the disappointment and Carnival and not grandfathering them in the same way that they're doing Diamond. And it's been my stance from the very beginning. Carnival is not doing much of anything right now for platinum. And, it frustrates and maddens, infuriates me in a way when you hear Carnival brass saying, well, there's just no way. There's just no way that we can, accommodate and give all of the platinums. They don't even say platinums, I don't think, but give everybody the way we're currently going. Okay. So change it. Don't kick them off the ship. All right. And throw them into the deep end without a paddle, or without a life raft or whatever. You change the benefit. Okay. That's what you do. You allow people that have been loyal to you, that have cruised with you for so long, where you have giant families that do family reunions that are getting together on a ship and cruising 14 people at a time, if not more, getting together, and you show them the loyalty that they have shown you. It's really that damn simple. So, the thing that is frustrating to me is Carnival came out with their plan. Like, it was supposed to be June 2026, right? Like, that's when you had the time to get to. And then some genius in Carnival's marketing said, hey, how about we have a Diamond Dash where we give incentives for people to reach Diamond. And we say, hey, look, we're going to give you bonus days if you cruise and everything, even though we keep claiming that we can't accommodate all the platinums and diamonds because there's just too many of you, but we're going to make more of you Diamond, even though we can't accommodate you as it is. Okay. So that seems like a money grab to literally damn near everybody. Right. Um, and so the family that I talked to was frustrated, and several of you have messaged me with your frustration, and you've said, "Hey, coach, don't forget about us." And I haven't. And I haven't said anything, and I've intended to do a video, and I promise you I will do a video. And so that's why I finally mentioned it. Now, somebody did a recent post on our brother channel, Island Time, and I want to read it because I found it poignant. Let me go to my photos. I did a screenshot. And this one was from a lady by the name of Diane Hansel Moore. It says, "Hello, I'm Diane, and something to know about me." And she posted this on Island Time, not on Coach Cruise. Is that it's time to move away from Carnival and try new adventures elsewhere. Thanks, Derek. Derek is the host of Island Time. For those of you that don't know, great channel. You should check him out. Thanks, Derek, for your help today. Looking forward to branching out after 20 years with the same cruise line and putting our money and loyalty elsewhere. Putting our money and loyalty elsewhere. Now, why is Diane and so many other people that were loyal to Carnival doing that? I mean, it's just simple. It's Carnival choosing to not be loyal to them. And what really was it that Carnival that you were doing for the Dianes and the Celsos of the world in the first place? You weren't doing that much to begin with, right? Just respect the people that were loyal to you. I mean, how hard is it? Honestly, how hard is it to respect the people that helped build your company to what it is today? Yes, we understand you're not going to be able to give everybody priority boarding, but you can certainly figure out a system in which you honor the people that have built your program, that have built your company to what it is today, without kicking them to the curb and saying, "Oh, yeah, you know what? If you'd like to be platinum, you can still be platinum, but you got to pay $30,000 a year to do it. You can spend a lot of money in the casino, or you can buy a lot of excursions, and we'll give you double points, and we'll do all these points for you." No, don't do that. Don't insult people's intelligence. Respect the people that have respected you, that have been loyal to you for all these years. Don't have people like Diane that have been loyal to you for 20 years saying, "You know what, we're going to take our loyalty somewhere else because you can't show that same loyalty back." Don't do it. And again, I've been a Carnival cruiser. I've been happy with Carnival. I love the crew. There's so much that Carnival does right. So this isn't just a bash on Carnival, thing or whatever. And anytime I do one of these videos, I promise you, the first time I started doing them, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get so much heat, and there's going to be a mixture of people that are in support and a mixture of people that are, against what I'm saying and everything. I kid you not, almost every video I've done, it's been almost 100% positive, people being in support of what I'm saying. And John Heald himself, the brand ambassador who everybody loves, even came out and spoke out against me, and still 100% of the people said, "You know what, coach? You're right. We're in support of you." They went against John Heald, who I have a great deal of respect and I think is a wonderful person, but they went against him. So, I mean, that just goes to show you how wrong Carnival is for doing this. And that again, you're not giving people much to begin with. Okay, I'm gonna shut up because there's been like a ton of comments, and I want to give you all the stage and see whether you're saying I'm a crazy person and shut up, or whether, yeah, keep talking, keep talking. All right, so let's go through. Seg said, "COVID killed it for me." All right, let me scroll down. Okay, Cruise Life TV. We fall into that category. We are on Carnival next month and then off to NCL and Margaritaville. Yeah. And again, it's just and the what also frustrates me is some of the travel advisors when I talked about, Carnival stock going down and taking a hit, and I thought it might have something to do with, you know, them being unloyal to their most loyal cruisers and like, oh no, Carnival doesn't need those people. They don't need them. They have so many new cruisers and they have so many bookings. Carnival stock is fine and they're going to do great and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, well, you know what? Even if that's the case, it's messed up. It's messed up. That's just my opinion, and I'm not going to change it. Trisha set sail. I'm cruising Carnival primarily right now because of the casino deals, but trying to throw in a couple other lines to hopefully get some deals. And Trisha, I do not disagree with you, and I'm not going to sit here and say I don't cruise Carnival or I'm not going to cruise Carnival because they're not. I go where I get the best value, and same. I've lost so much money in the casinos that Carnival keeps saying, hey, come here, sucker. We got a deal for you on the casino. On the casino's dime, we're going to hook you up with a real nice cruise deal. And that's one of the great benefits of losing some money in the casino, right? Is that you're probably going to get a nice sweetheart deal in the form of, a much cheaper cruise than people that don't play in the casino are going to get. And Carnival, for as much as I said that wasn't positive about them, what they do in terms of promoting people coming back to the casino and spending money in the casino is probably maybe the best in the industry amongst all the cruise lines and how much they take care of people. And I know Carnival Cruise Addicts, who's often on the show and is often in the comments, they are big casino players. And they've looked at other lines and they're like, you know what? Carnival just gives us so much. It's like we can't go. JB is a hardcore casino player, and I know he cruises Carnival a lot. And probably the same, So yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, I mean, if as much as I am disappointed in Carnival not taking care of loyal cruisers that that are platinum and well, even gold potentially, just give people the respect that they deserve for being loyal to you, so you continue to have that loyalty. Andy says definitely room for another loyalty level between gold and platinum. I'm sailing Royal more nowadays, and I'm Diamond 2. Better casino deals and better loyalty perks. It's okay to start over. They have far too much loot to care. And yeah, I hope that's not the case. And, again, I have to make another video. I really do. And I already kind of know what the title is. And since you all are watching this live, it's going to be, Carnival missing the mark. And they are. They totally are. So, Carnival, for those of you that don't know, so they switched the loyalty thing up to where it was going to end in June. And now they're giving you the summer. The summer is a big cruising month, right? And they put it under the pretense of, oh, we're going to give you more time to try to get to Diamond. What you're going to do is we're going to give you more time to book more cruises that you probably wouldn't have booked if it wasn't for the chance to get to Diamond, right? And so the marketing department's like, hey, let's take advantage of this, us, being unfair to our loyal cruisers and try to get them to spend more money and book more cruises so they make it to Diamond just in time before we cut them off and say, nope, you can't come anymore. You've missed the deadline. But in the meantime, all these other people are booking all these extra cruises. That Diamond Dash is what they're calling it. Eddie says, problem is, it's too late for Carnival. So many have moved on from Carnival and are happy with other cruise lines. We cruise exclusively only with Carnival until late last year. We were loyal since 2016. And another great example. And I don't know. I mean, I agree with you, Eddie. And, so many people that are pro Carnival or whatever, want to say, oh, it doesn't matter. They have so many people that are coming in that will replace those people and everything. Like almost like they don't matter, right? That your loyalty didn't matter in the first place, which I feel is like just ridiculous. If I'm a company and I'm not, obviously I'm not smart enough and, I don't have some big mega corporation, but if I'm an outsider looking in and somebody says, hey, you're going to be running the corporation or whatever, as a common sense person, I'm just thinking to myself, wouldn't it be better for the company to have more happy customers than less happy customers? Like, wouldn't it be better for the company to have a bunch of customers that have been there a long time that are happy and make a bunch of new customers happy as well? Like, don't you want everybody to be happy and continue to want your product and what you're providing on your cruise ships? I mean, doesn't that make sense? Like, I mean, it doesn't make sense that doesn't make sense to me. That they can be okay with offending thousands and thousands and thousands of people because they can't throw you a couple trinkets, and take care of you and say, hey, we appreciate your loyalty. Here's your platinum card. And you know what? We're going to give you this little bit and this little bit and this little bit because we appreciate your loyalty. How difficult is that? Carnival? How hard is that for you to do? I get the fact we all understand. Everybody, literally everybody understands that you can't do priority boarding for everybody because there's too many platinum and too many diamond and everything. Everybody understands that. So do something different. Do something different, but be loyal to your loyal cruisers. It's really that simple. And I wish it was more complicated than that because you seem to make it more complicated than that, or at least you say it's more complicated than that, but it's really not. It really isn't. You can do that. You honestly can do that, but you choose not to. And it seems like a money grab to everybody, which disgusts most of your cruisers, especially those that aren't diamond. Just say it. And I'm diamond, but on behalf of, platinum and everybody else like that, I mean, it offends me too, because I could be platinum. And yeah, I mean, it's not fair. It's just not fair. Seg says, Coach, speak your mind. Thank you for that, Seg. Appreciate it. Trisha says, yeah, I mean, an MSC, honest to God, I'm looking forward to trying out the MSC this summer. JB says, I share your sentiment, Coach. Even though we're just gold, we choose to give our loyalty to CCL and build something there and now and after. And yeah, JB, and I know you guys, you spend money in the casino and you do a good amount of it. So again, what does it cost? It doesn't cost Carnival anything to just have some kind of plan in place. Why can't you do the rewards and the people that have cruised with you a long time? Why can't you have some combination of plans that pay homage to each and keep everybody happy? Like, especially when you're giving next to nothing in return. So those of you that don't know, that don't cruise Carnival, let me break this down for you. So right now, Carnival, if you're platinum, here's the top of the list as far as perks go. You get to sign up for your cruise 2 days before everybody else. So in other words, when the check-in happens, you get to sign up for your cruise time 2 days before everybody that's, say, gold or less, which means you can board the ship an hour earlier maybe than everybody else. That's one of the best perks of the whole thing right there. That's one of the best things. You getting on about an hour early than everybody else. That's what Carnival is saying is so precious that it's worth $20,000 or $30,000 worth of points or whatever the heck they're doing to say that's what you're going to need to be after this deadline ends, right? The other perk is they give you 3 bags of laundry. 3. If I was John, I would say, something like that. 3 bags of laundry if you're platinum. Okay, so a 7-day cruise, 7-day cruise, get 3 bags of laundry. Some people don't even use the laundry, right? You get some couple cookies and a couple strawberries delivered to your room if you want. You get a bottle of water. You get a pen, and they're taking that away, by the way. They're taking away the pen. They're taking away the Carnival gift with this new program. So what are they getting? What are they giving you for that they couldn't keep giving you? So if you want to say like, okay, there's too many platinums to give priority boarding, okay, change it. All right, give something that's of value to some people. Say, okay, well, you know what? We can't give you priority boarding, but we'll give you $50, or we'll give you a pixel picture package where you get 2 8x10s and a couple 5x7s instead of boarding earlier. Or we'll give you and a companion a free night of specialty dining at Cucina del Capitano. Something. And then you still get to have your little platinum card and everything and be happy about it. And we'll give you your bottle of water, and we'll still give you a couple cookies and a couple strawberries, but that's it. I wish it was more than that. I swear to God, because Carnival seems to think that this is so damn valuable that you can't get it anymore. But that's it. That's all it is. And for Diamond, it's not that much more. The Diamond lunch you get, and aside from that, you get the Diamond Platinum Party. If you're Diamond, what else do you get if you're Diamond? Oh, you get unlimited laundry. So you get more than 3 bags. You get all the 3 laundry you want. And with the new plan, I don't even think it's unlimited. I think you get like 5 or 6 bags, which is still plenty enough. But all right, we got priceless opinion. Even if someone takes 1 cruise a year, that's still a customer that needs to be. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with that. Cruising Chris Moss. Okay, your school year, I relate to that, Chris. Brian, good evening, Coach. Carnival cards used to show how loyal you were to the brand. Now they show how much money you've spent. May as well give a guy a blue card and T-shirt. I'm cheap. What feels like anyway. You know what? Yeah, and again, Brian, I feel it. I feel you. And this is I'm going to mention Admin Tim that's on the Carnival Vista now, but him and his wife Cheryl have cruised with Carnival for years. Take a couple cruises on average a year. As they've retired and they're, more budget conscious and everything else like that, maybe haven't done as much, but they have, I don't know, over 100 days on Carnival, that type of loyalty. And they're not going to be able to make Diamond by September 2026. So you're just going to kick them to the bottom of the barrel and say, okay, yeah, show how much you love us. Show how much money you can spend on our ship, and we'll give you the free bottle of water and a couple of cookies and let you board a couple days earlier. Sign up for early boarding. And we'll give you a bag or 2 of laundry too, because we're so nice. That's what you're saying you can do for the people that have been loyal to you for decades. No, not acceptable. Casino deals are the only reason we haven't jumped yet, but we are thinking about trying other brands. JB, yeah, I hear you. I mean, that's it for me. I mean, honestly, Carnival understands that, us spending in money in their casino is the best way to get probably more than what they'd charge for a full fare. And they're not wrong. They're not wrong for that thinking. Tricia says, my Mardi Gras cruise only costs $303 per person with my casino offer. Hard to beat that, but yeah, totally agree with you. And yeah, that's it. You nailed it on the head, Tricia. It's the same. It's the same for me. I mean, I'm getting great deals because I lose money in the casino. I don't want to lose money in the casino, but that's what happens. They don't make those casinos for you to make money for most people. Klesko, like many, the only reason I haven't left yet is because of the offers. Yep, that's it. As of now, the only thing that brings us to Carnival is the casino deals. Yep. So that's it. So just imagine if they weren't doing these casino deals. Eddie says, I have 2 things. 1, Carnival hasn't felt the full riff When Platinum holders' time runs out, they will bail, and the new cruisers to Carnival will not be loyal because there's no benefit anymore. You know what, Eddie? That's a great point, and that's a point I keep forgetting about. But yes, they when that time does run out, and here's the thing, talking about that I think Carnival is going to do, and if they do this, shame on them. If they don't do this well before that time, shame on them. I'm wondering if Carnival is not using this as a ploy to get extra cruises booked for that Diamond Dash. And then once they get to near the end of that, them say, all of a sudden, come out with their kind hearts and say, you know what? We know how valuable all of our Carnival cruisers are. And you know what, Platinums, we're going to grandfather you into. And here's the thing, that would be great that they would grandfather you in. But what's sleazy is if they do that, they hold off on that announcement until people book a bunch of cruises trying to get to Diamond, right? That's just kind of sleazy. Just treat people with respect. And, you know, one of the expressions I really like to use is penny wise and dollar dumb. I genuinely feel like in this circumstance, Carnival is brilliant at making money in so many ways, but I genuinely feel like this whole loyalty thing is penny wise and dollar dumb, because they're looking at saving pennies, making a few pennies here, making a few pennies there, you know, to cut margins and things like that. Meanwhile, they're pissing off thousands and thousands of their loyal cruisers to the point where they're just jumping ship and jumping to other lines and everything else like that. And if they're under the misconception, like some travel advisors are saying, like, oh yeah, Carnival's going to be fine, they're just going to, you know, I'm not saying Carnival's going to go bankrupt or anything. I'm certainly not saying that. They probably will be fine, you know, but they could be a lot better if they took care of their loyal cruisers. That's all I'm saying. You know, Carnival will survive whatever stupidity this loyalty plan brings. And it may take them a while to, you know, work away from all the customers they've lost as a result. And as Eddie pointed out, once that Platinum bubble bursts and you're telling people that have been loyal to you for so long, oh, your 2 years are up, or whatever the time period is before they're going to cut you off. Once they hit that time period, and these Platinum cruisers are like, wait a minute, you're not giving me this little tiny crap that was worth next to nothing anyway, after all the years that I dedicated, you know, my cruising to you. Yeah, no. If you can't even give me that, I'm out. And that's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, Trish just said, yeah, I love that with Carnival. We hear you. We hear you. Well, you're not hearing us loud enough, apparently. Yeah, they will say that, though. Tricia is not wrong. They'll say, we heard you. We were listening. Well, we've been screaming it at you for damn near over a year. And I mean, can you hear us now? Can you hear us now? Because we're still screaming it, yet you still haven't fixed it completely. It's like I love quotes. I love quotes. So there's another quote that I remember reading, and there's like a quote for the day little calendar thing. In order to hit the target, aim just above it. In order to hit the target, aim just above it. So if you're shooting a bow and arrow, right, you don't aim directly at the bullseye because there's gravity, right? So gravity is going to take that arrow down even as fast as you shoot it. So you have to aim just above the target. Carnival either shoots at the target or just below it. It's like they never want to err on the side of giving a little too much. They always, always, always err on the side of giving too little and pissing their loyal customers off. You know, for once, I would love to see Carnival err on the side of giving a little too much. In order to hit the target, aim just above it. You know, what you think will make the Carnival customers happy and satisfied and make everybody be like, oh, that's hey, all right, Carnival, that's good. Whatever you think that is, do just a little bit better than that. And maybe you'll hit the target. Okay. And I think you should have a good idea from everybody, like, you know, that has shared comments on my posts and videos that have talked about this subject, but definitely. Um, Carnival picking up pennies in front of freight trains. Yeah. And Trish just says, "Sale, I'm cruising on Royal in June." And yeah, and it's in a way, like I kind of don't like to see, because since as somebody that's been loyal to Carnival, I have no affiliation to their brand. I used to have a few hundred shares of their stock, and I sold it because I was so disgusted how they were handling this loyalty plan. I think I got back up to, I'm not even back up to 100 shares. I'm at like 60 shares or something. And I'll get it back up to 100. But I just so disappointed with how they handled this whole thing. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But okay, everybody, look, we're 6 minutes past the hour, and you all carried me through this show with the great comments and questions and everything. We had Frankie Floyd, JB, Edmund Tim, Cruising Chris Moss, all with the super chats. So we had 60 in super chats, which means next week we only need 40 more, and we will give away our next shirt. And thank you, gentlemen, for taking care of me and supporting the channel, and all of the Carnival Coach Cruise members. That's only $5 a month. You get some extra videos and some behind the scenes, and I will say some adult rated content. Those people that are it's not quite as bad as what you see. I edit some stuff and put some stuff over some stuff, so there's not. Yeah, well, I'm not going to explain anymore. But those people that are members, they know. But thank you, everybody. We will see you all next week. And yeah, thanks for tuning in and comments and everything. A lot of great comments today. So we'll see y'all next week. Take care, everybody. Have a great